everyone. I am Jezel. I am Hermey.
I am PJ Nassar.
And I am Rana Biyok.
And today we are here at the Foundation University to interview a local artist, Mr. Kevin. And let's go.
Hi guys, we're back again, representing our artist. First, may we ask what's your name, sir?
I'm Kevin. You can call me Sir Kevs. Yeah. My artist name is Kevin Cornelia.
Alright, thank you for that, sir. Since we all know that you're an artist, can you tell me a bit about your background and how you got into your art?
I started when I was very young. I started painting. I'm really fond of drawing, especially cartoons. Anyways, I started with that. When I'm still in college, I took up fine arts, major in painting, and then from there I started my career as an artist.
That's all. Thank you.
Okay, sir, my question for you is, what is it about your favorite tools that makes them great for you? Like, what is your favorite software that makes you use often that it is so great for you?
Okay. I would consider to be a traditional artist at the same time a digital artist. Traditional meaning I use the traditional tools or the paintings, the drawings, charcoal pencil, acrylic oil. In my career, I pursue as a traditional artist. So most of the works you see right now are my recent works. This is inspired from the Kintsugi practice. Okay, it's a Japanese ancient practice of restoring broken pots. So I integrated it with the concept of restoration. So I really love to work with figures, with people, with portraits. As you can see, there's no landscape, it's everything, it's all people. Okay. Before this, I was known as a watercolorist. So meaning I do a lot of watercolors. So
Okay, here is some of his works like watercolors.
alright, that's Sil
It's very
Flores.
nice.
What is it? She's my friend, Sil Flores.
Is this silk products?
Yeah. So as you had said, I into realistic works. Portraits, figures really fascinates me. I'm not really into landscapes. I love drawing people, I love painting people. I love to play with colors. But right now in my series, I go back to black and whites because I want to reinvent myself as an artist. Because that's one of the theme of being an artist. It's all about it's all about reinventing yourself as an artist. You have to you need to push with your style. You don't need to stick with where you are now. You keep on exploring stuff. Okay? So this was based on the cornerstone, the portraits, but here in my recent works, it's more about concept. Okay? As you can see, there's open hand with vines and flowers growing inside it. The goals, so like this reason of restoration, because that's a Kintsugi practice. It's restoring broken pots using pure gold. So that pot can be reusable. It's like the concept of life or the metaphor of life. We go through a lot of suffering, pain, hardship, trials, but when we overcome those hardship, we become new. We learn, we grow, we heal. So that's the concept of my works right now. So I'll be having it on exhibits.
Oh, that's nice.
I also, by the way, I also digital works. In my example of my digital works, it's a fun art. It's Photoshop, the old version of Photoshop. Because for me, it's really not about the software material, it's really about your knowledge and your skill. Okay? What's the use of having most of those expensive materials, expensive software that you don't use?
Yeah.
So, yeah, in my digital, it's really just for, it's not really to pursue a career in digital, but really to fulfill my childhood dream to be an animator. That's one of the reasons why I took fine arts, because of animation. Later did I know that I fell in love with traditional art, so I pushed to traditional instead of animation. So when I have a career now sa art, I try to push with digital. Because that's where I started with animation cartoons. And I tried to do freelance with digital art. I experienced working on an NFT before for a project lang. And then I realized freelancing is not really type of work for me. So I hate revising works. So yeah.
I believe that most successful people have experienced tons of failures and rejections. Hence is why they still successful. I'm curious about your opinion in that. Like, what do you think you can help yourself to mitigate failure and rejection, sir?
It's for failure to grow. Without failure, you will never grow. So it's like this. This is one of my old works last year. It's called Passion. It's because if I really aren't skateboarding, because if you look at skateboarders, they keep on practicing tricks, and they keep on failing, but they never stop. They keep on practicing. Same with art. You fail, practice. You fail, practice. You grow. Okay. And when you talk about passion from the root word, I really don't know what's the root word, but it really came from the passion of Christ. Passion meaning suffering. And then you have to suffer for your passion. Because without suffering, you will never grow. So it's really a matter of dedication and the love of what you do. Is if you don't push through with what you love, then you will be stagnant. And if you become stagnant, you will never grow. The person will become lost. This art really is, it's not really about profession. It's about passion. It's not about the money, it's not about the fame. It's really about loving the work, regardless of the fame or the money. People push you, but people bring you. It's a privilege to be an artist. It's not all or have the privilege to pursue a career.
So, what inspired you to create this particular work?
Failures in life. In my recent work, this is really the thing. Short background, I'm a fine arts teacher for 17 years. I'm also teaching senior high at the Foundation Preparatory Academy. And before teaching here Foundation, I used to work in Christian ministry, campus-based ministry. So one of my work is really about counseling and teaching. So what inspired me are the stories of those people I've encountered. For me, art should have a story. Art should be relatable. So these works that you see some studio, most of it, not all of it, really have a story behind it. example, this one. Wait lang. This is one of my personal works, one of my favorite. I called it "Why Do We Fall?" So, why do we fall? So really, it's really about the question of life. About life. I've met a lot of people who are successful, and yet later on in their career, they fail. It's also related to my life. It's really to something. Success not comes when it comes to money, but success in a career. But I have lapses, I have failures in life, and it's really about, although I know the answer of that question, it's really about, this work is really about more of reflection. What causes you to fall, what causes people to fall. So there are a lot of factors. The subject here is my subject is a photograph captured by a photograph by my student. Photograph of beggar. I really like the shot, so I asked permission to say use the subject. So if you really question those beggar, what led them to become beggar? So who are they before they become a beggar? So it's really about the question of life. Who are you before? And who are you now? Yes,
I can see that your works has a deeper meaning.
yeah.
Way to express.
It's for me, art should reflect, so that's a problem with contemporary art. One of the definitions of contemporary art is art for art's sake. Like sometimes art have no meaning. But for me, the problem with art, because we cannot define art. Art is subjective, but we have our own definition of art. But for me, art should have meaning, should reflect. So that's the reason why I created this artworks. To have meaning about that.
Okay, next.
Okay, sir, my next question is, what do you enjoy about being an artist? What drives you to create and how do you stay motivated?
What motivates me? Being alone. Most of the time, not antisocial. I just love working alone. There's time for social. There's time for being alone. What motivates me are stories. I've been especially with young students and even my generation. I love listening to their stories. Because I love what really motivates me is really about life. How can you define life? How can we live our life here? This fragile, this very short-term life. It's really how can we define life? So it's really about the journey. So really that's my motivation. Stories and feedbacks that you're able to reflect, that you're able to reflect something where it somehow gives me inspiration.
Alright. Lastly, what advice would you give to someone who is just starting out in art or who is looking to improve their skills?
As what I have always tell my students, learn the basics, learn the fundamentals before you explore. We have this quote in art that you have to break the rules. The question there, how can you break the rules if you don't know the rules? So learn the rules first, learn the fundamentals, learn the basics before you break them. Example, this one, my works. So I started with figures, I started with portraits, and then I break it. I go back to black and whites, I added cracks, I added vines, skin, flowers, paper plates. Because it's really like, art is like a building. Without the strong foundation, it will crumble later on. Even mga great painters, great artists before, like example, Picasso, are you familiar with Picasso? Pablo Picasso, the previous artist. According to him, he said that it took me 4 years to paint like a master, but it took me a lifetime to paint like a child. Meaning, it took him 4 years to study like a master, and he really paint like realistic works. After 4 years, he abandoned those skills and go back to what he really loves, more expression, how to see his subject. So that's why he became the father of Cubism. So instead of real life work, he distorted the figures like mga squares. Instead of round, he only have square. So yeah, learn the basic first before you break it, before you explore yourself, and then padayon, keep on pushing. Because pursuing in art is really hard. Financially, it's hard, but money should not be the motivation. It should be your passion. So you have to padayon.
Alright, thank you for that, Mr. Kevin. And we have learned lots of it, and your background, and then your explanation and how this arts us, and then it's a great. And thank you for your time. Okay, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And special thanks to Mr. Kevin for joining us here, giving his precious time to us, and to my fellow groupmates, thank you very much. And that's all for today. Goodbye and thank you.
Thank you, sir.